Chair thanks the gentleman. The chair now recognizes the ranking member of the full committee, Representative Larsen from Washington.
Thank you, Chair. First for Representative Capuano, now that you have May of 25 recommendations out, you said 11 federal projects, 7.1 million gross square feet. What happens next with those recommendations?
The recommendations require the approval of OMB, which they've already given, and now goes to GSA to make the dispositions the way they see fit. We have no authority to tell them how to do it. I will say that in this round, GSA, we have been pushing the use of brokers for years now. Up until now, GSA has resisted that and has basically just put the properties on websites, which have resulted in not such great results, in my opinion. But this round, I will say that the GSA has hired a few brokers to try to help them get rid of some, and I think I'm looking forward to a more successful round than we've had in the past.
And following up, you have another round, and then the board sunsets at the end of next year. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you have a goal for that next round, or do the recommendations come organically?
A little bit of both. I mean, the goal is to try to do the best we can. I mean, none of us are in favor of leaving empty buildings in the portfolio. However, it is difficult to locate them. We don't have any access to the information that this committee is also looking for. We do the best we can with what we have. We have a very small staff, and so therefore we don't try to bite off more than we can chew. I do think that argues in favor of either extending the board or creating some other entity that would then carry on the work of the board. If for no other reason to keep the other agencies' feet to the fire. It has, I think, has been very helpful to focus people's attention. When we start looking at a building, others start looking at it as well. So we have, for the next round, we have had internal discussions of not waiting till the end to make one big recommendation. Oh. We might make an approach, we make a few smaller recommendations as we go along. No reason to keep buildings in the portfolio that are ready to be disposed of.
Yeah, great, thanks. Dr. Kraus, GAO added building condition back as a high-risk issue this year. What are the issues on your radar for the high-risk update?
Yeah, we'll continue to track the 4 areas of our high risk related to federal property. So you mentioned building condition, which is something we'll continue to monitor, but the other areas are related to facility security, data reliability, having good data to make decisions, like we're seeing with the Use It Act and the data we'll have on utilization come the beginning of the year, as well as addressing underused property. So we'll continue to look at that and have a number of reviews and reports we anticipate issuing next year.
Okay, great. Commissioner Heller, I mentioned at the beginning of my comments how many folks GSA Public Building Service employed at the beginning of the year. It's about 2,400 or so fewer. Is that the right number, or should it be higher or lower? I mean, are you able to get your work done? Because we have a lot through the Use It Act. We gave you work so that we could get to the right size, the footprint, and there's a separate question about what the right size of the federal government employee base should be. But do you have the people you need? Because you did as well hire back 392 people after cutting. Not you personally, but we all know how that happened. So where are you in terms of people?
Thanks for the question, Mr. Congressman. So we did effect our reorganization formally on October 20th, and as you noted in your opening comments, we are now an integrated functional organization where we organize sort of by major program area. We call it integrated because we work together across our different disciplines to deliver services to our customers. Our current political leadership at GSA is very focused, laser focused on the public building service, being able to effectively provide services to the occupant agencies that pay us for those services, and to provide value to the taxpayers. And that's why I was able to get the approval to offer the opportunity to come back to almost 400 folks across PBS, and very happy to report that almost 300 of them did decide to come back and have since rejoined us. We are really going through an exercise now to determine if there are additional gaps in our workforce. I know that our leadership has been very supportive of our needs in PBS, and I am confident that to the extent that we do have additional needs, that we'll get the support to fill those needs through maybe a combination of federal employees and contractor employees. But we are certainly going to be staffed in a way that enables us to deliver our services effectively.
Thank you. We'll have to certainly monitor that as we go forward, and with that, I yield back.